Hey, today I'm going to be talking about some of Pierre's work. Um, she's clearly, as you can see, made a lot of work. Mostly her focus is Paper Pencil Life, which is a self published autobiographical series that she's been doing. It just hit its 10-year anniversary. So this is issue one, which is all black and white. And she has changed over from, I believe, issue 7 to full color. And both work perfectly. If issue 11, if she does more, was a black and white, I wouldn't be disappointed. So yeah, I'm going to get into her work. These are perfect to read for the start of a year when you're maybe not feeling so in the mood for restarts. But these comics, there's so much to them. They have a beating heart of living life and enjoying life, such an appreciation of life, small moments, big moments, memories, people who are still here, people who have gone, bird watching, sensations of different seasons. It really makes you appreciate small moments in your day. Yeah, they are comics for the soul. I really can't say enough about these. They're just incredible. I'm so glad I discovered them maybe 2015 when I placed an order with Spit and a Half. But yeah, so we're gonna get into them. So and I'll get into this in a bit. Why things are blocked out. So Summer started Paper Pencil Life, like I said, 2014, and it's been the core of what she's been doing. She does have a book coming out at some point with Fantagraphics, which she has talked about here and there. It's not coming out anytime soon, I don't think. But actually, I've been binge reading these the last few days, the first week of January 2025, and I noticed a lot of what the upcoming book, to my knowledge, is about is kind of sprinkled throughout all of this. Just need to check this one. Yeah. Some things I'm not going to show, but I'll get into an explanation. I've definitely hit a block with creativity, with comics at least right now, and I don't want to jinx it, but I do really feel like I'm finding these so inspiring. It just makes you want to grab a pen and just start drawing. I ran out of little post-its, so I had to use bookmarks. Yeah, so Summer lives with her family in Hudson Valley. Yeah, Hudson Valley. And obviously Paper Pencil Life is just, it's a pure documentation of life over 10 years, and it's really incredible to see. I think a great cartoonist makes you feel like you know them, and Pierre definitely does that. Um, she's raising a young family, and she gets these very small windows of free time. And a lot of these are dated. A lot of them. Some of these come from like other places which she then put into paper pencil life. But she finds these windows of time to make these comics. And it reminded me, having a child myself, how limited your free time is. I can't believe I got any work done when my child was much younger. It's easier now when they're a teenager. But this just goes into so many different things, and none of it at all feels like filler. Genuinely, I got something out of it every page. And yeah, they're more than just entertainment. They actually make me stop and appreciate moments in my life that maybe I would skip by. Kind of like a stop and smell the roses kind of thing. Yeah, I'll dabble around. I won't just do all paper pencil life in a row. So this is a graphic novel by Summer that came out 2015, I believe. And this is all about her connection with music and mixtapes and the connections we have with those. And yeah, she is also a musician, and her music's really great, and you can check it out. It's pretty easy to find. And you can probably still get this quite easily. It was it's that publishing company that always publish together, or maybe they are just one publishing company with two names. I don't ever understand the background of those people. Just why it's always two people or two publishers co-publishing it always appears. But yeah, Pierre just has such a passion for authors and artists, musicians, and really values kind of anyone that is trying their hand at something, and that really shows in her work. This was like a mini that she made that's incredibly short, and it came with a mini comic inside it, which I took the staples out because it was a bit hard to read when it was attached, but a nice full color comic as well. Just someone she was really interested in, or is still really interested in. It makes me think I would love to do that about a bunch of writers and musicians that no one really talks about. And I bet some of Pierre knows those musicians and writers. Okay, so what's next? Issue 4. This is about wanting to be a writer and kind of just waiting for that moment to happen. But I actually, and it's kind of about how that's passed her by. Or maybe someday she does feel that way, but I actually think she's an incredible writer. She captures feeling so well, and mood, and yeah, these are really special comics, and if she does do a collection at some point, and yeah, that would be amazing, because I don't know, this must be like hundreds of comics. It's a huge amount. She talks about the loss of her mum and her relationship with her parents and how it wasn't always easy. About listening to radio stations in the present and when she was younger. It kind of feels like I don't know if you know Jonathan Richman, like an appreciation for maybe a time gone by. Yeah, I hope she continues to do this because I get so much out of these. They're great. Oops, sorry. 5. Where next? Okay, Souvenirs is about her traveling to Europe for 9 days and meeting up with friends that live halfway across the world. This was just a really nice travel log. Very much Lucy Knisley. She used to do a lot of stuff like that. Okay, 6. So maybe 6 is where... I think 6 does actually have some color comics in here. She does an interesting thing where she goes to a cafe and while she's real time in there, her and her friend Chris are experiencing the cafe as little Lulu-esque John Stanley characters, which I thought was really cool. There's John Stanley. Sometimes when Pierre's raising funds to print the next Paper Pencil Life, look at that, look how amazing that is. These borders she starts to do as the comics go on, I think really add a lot to the comics. But yeah, when she's raising money, funds to print the next Paper Pencil Life, she'll often do a run of ink drawings of cartoonists, maybe sometimes musicians, and she'll just do like portrait head drawings of them. By the time I see them online, they're all long sold out, but that's worth checking out if you like this art. And don't think she's ever kind of done a pre-order or pre-announcement for it. This was just a really short one she did, kind of about kind of old meets new, New Yorker comics talking about cartoonists in a very kind of modern way. Yeah, fun home. And again, just like a little passion project. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be a big 50-page comic. This one's probably the shortest comic, like in page count. But she just somewhere out of nowhere becomes so comfortable with color comics, and she does them so well, it just feels like she's straight straight out with like great coloring. That can't be said for a lot of people. It's a great one. Okay. Number 8. We've almost caught up to 10 years worth of making comics. Yeah, these borders, I just look at that. That's so cool. It's almost like a quick contents page. If you want to get to a certain comic, you just have to look at the border. This one was interesting because although the others have a, well, kind of a theme, which is really just life, which is quite a big, open to interpretation theme, this one is all about writers, creative types. And she did Shirley Jackson, which I was very happy about because if anyone knows me, I'm a big fan of Shirley Jackson. But again, this is just like a perfect example of she's, obsessed, in love with these people, like in a really endearing way. And so she makes kind of love letter comics to them. Makes you want to check out loads of people that you don't know about as well. That story's really interesting. Gory, of course. It's a great one. I don't think she sells her original pages, but yeah, they're just so good. Okay, so these came out towards the end of summer, and these don't have anything blocked out in them because throughout paper pencil life and in real life, and it's mentioned in the opener of this, is she says, one development seems worth mentioning. I started making diary comics mostly about my daily life with my child, but soon realized that I felt a responsibility to protect their experience and not claim it as my own. One important omission is my child's transition from boy to girl. As a reader, it might be confusing. Poppy, as she is now known, appears in my comics with no introduction or further explanation. And you can read it. I think the quality on this camera is good enough, but that's why a lot of things in the previous issues are redacted, because Poppy was using a different name. So again, these are just paper pencil life, but grown up a bit more, and her cartooning skills have massively developed. She's getting more confident with color. This one kind of had a up, down, up feel to it. It's kind of like a light, heavy, light, because it covers a lot of the normal paper pencil life topics, but then in the middle of it, Poppy gets long COVID, and it sends you straight back into that horrible feel of being locked inside for weeks on end, not knowing when things will come to an end, if they will come to an end. And then it ends with more kind of classic paper pencil life. Poppy has lunch in the car outside and watches the ducks. So this is still in print, issue 10. And they are all standalone comics. So if you like any of this, this really is, issue 10 is the one to get. It's just like paper pencil life perfection. It really is. It's if you want to get into some of Pierre's work, this is the one to get. It was literally perfect. And if someone said, okay, well, what's them all about, I would hand them this comic. It just, yeah, really perfectly summarizes what she does so well. So we now get to see Poppy, you know, as a teenager, thereabouts, I think, kind of having more autonomy in their life, which is really sweet. I believe at this point Summer is like in her early 50s, and she talks about that. She talks about being like a, you know, a mum, and not, you know, the chances of being cool now are gone, but that's almost what makes her cool. Like, she's such an interesting person, and it kind of reminds me when you're 20, you might think older people are boring. She reminds you that they're really not. So yeah, that's Paper Pencil Life. Just incredible work that is very quietly being made in New York, Hudson Valley. I am very glad that I know this work. I think it's fantastic, and yeah, do yourself a favor and check it out. Thanks for watching.